Good morning, all. Good afternoon, all. Am I audible to you? Okay. So, in the previous session, we have started unit relation and function. We are continuing with the same unit. Okay. In this unit, we have seen a transitive relation, right? Whether relation is transitive or not. Now, let us start with the new topic, which is called equivalence relation. So, relation R on a set A is called equivalence relation if R is reflexive, symmetric, and transitive. So for every example, we have to check that whether the relation is reflexive, symmetric, or transitive. So let us start with the first example. A set is having 5 elements, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. R set is having all those x plus y, where x plus y is divisible by 2. Then determine whether R is equivalence relation or not. So this is relation R. That means all those order pairs where A plus B equals to A plus B is divisible by 2. So is this relation reflexive? Let us check that first. Is this relation reflexive?
No, ma'am.
Why? Why this relation is not reflexive? Reflexive means what? If A set is having 5 elements, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then every element of type A, comma A, for example, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, all those elements
Yes,
should
ma'am.
be in the relation R. So is it reflexive? Yes. Okay.
Yes,
So
ma'am. Yes, it
reflexive.
is.
Yes. Okay, then next check whether this is symmetric or not. That means if A comma B is in the R, then you have to check that B comma A is in R or not. Is it symmetric or not? Check whether this is symmetric or not. For every order pair, you have to check. Like 1 3 is there, then 3 1 is also there. 1 5 is there, then 5 1 is also there. This is the way you have to check. Is this relation symmetric? Verify it quickly.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then this is symmetric, right? For every pair, we have to write this way. 1 3 belongs to R, then 3 1 also belongs to R. 1 5 belongs to R, 5 1 also belongs to R. So this is the way you have to check for symmetricity. Now transitivity, check whether this is transitive or not. Transitive means you have to check this way. 1 3 is there, 3 1 is there. So you have to check 1 1 is also there or not. 1 is here. So this is the way you have to check for every elements. Check.
Yes, ma'am, it is transitive. It's a
It is
transitive
transitive,
relation.
right? For every, yes. See, this is the way you have to write. 1, 3 is there, 3, 3 is there, then 1, 3 is also there. Then 1, 3 is there, 3, 5 is there, then 1, 5 also there. So this is the way you have to write it for minimum 5 terms. It can be more than 5. You have to write minimum 5. And you have to check for everyone, right? Okay. Then next, this is example. Let A is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. X plus Y is odd. Then determine whether it is reflexive, symmetric, or transitive. So this is the relation. Check whether it is equivalence relation or not. For that, you have to check for everyone. Reflexive, symmetric, transitive.
It is transitive.
It is
Is it
refractive,
reflexive or
ma'am.
not? Is it reflexive?
Yes, it's
No,
refractive.
it's transitive but not
It is
reflexive.
not even reflexive.
It is transitive but not reflexive.
It's
It is not
reflexive,
reflexive.
madam.
So this is not equivalence, right? For
Yes,
equivalence,
ma'am.
it should be of the form 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3 in this R, but there is no element like a comma in this relation. So clearly, R is
Yes.
not reflexive,
It's
therefore
not
it is
reflexive, but it is
equivalence
transitive.
relation. Yes, okay, okay. So this is the next example. This is R x plus y is less than 8. So do one thing, take a screenshot of this question and you try to do it in your homework. Screenshot done. Screenshot done.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the next topic is partial order set. In short, we can say it as POSET, POSET. So partial order set means a relation R on a set A is called equivalence relation. If R is, relation on R set is called partial order set on R. Just a minute. Okay, so a relation R on a set is called not a relation, a set. A set A on a relation R is called partial order set. on R if R is reflexive, antisymmetric, and transitive. So here what you have to check whether the relation is reflexive, antisymmetric, and transitive. Antisymmetric means if A comma B is in R, then B comma A should not be in R. Fine. So for this example, if A set is having 5 elements, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is relation all those x comma y where x is less than or equal to y, then whether R is poset or not. So first of all, what you have to do, you have to find A cross A. From A cross A, you have to find this R, and this is R. I have already given to you, but in examination, you have to find this R also. Then check whether it is reflexive, antisymmetric, and transitive. So tell me whether this relation reflexive.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, it is
Yes,
reflexive.
ma'am, it is
Then it is
reflective.
reflexive because here it is x less than or equal to y. So equal to is also there. So 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, all elements will be there. Okay, then whether it is antisymmetric or not. Antisymmetric means if A comma B is there, then B comma A should not be there. For A is not equal to B.
Um,
Is
it
it
is
antisymmetric?
reflexive.
It is reflexive, but is it antisymmetric?
Yes, it is.
It is antisymmetric also. See, if x is less than y, if a term x comma y where x is less than y is in the relation, then it cannot be x greater than y cannot be in that term, no? So it is clearly visible that it will not be, sorry, it will be antisymmetric. Fine. Okay, now check whether this is transitive or not. For transitive, what you have to check is, see, for example, here I am having 2 comma 3 in the relation. Here I am having 3 comma 4 in the relation. Then whether 2 comma 4 is in the relation or not, that is what I have to check. Fine. So check whether it is transitive or not.
Mm. It is not transitive, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yes.
it's not transitive.
Why it is not transitive, beta?
Um, because here we have a 2 comma 4, but we do not have a 4 comma 2.
Here we are not checking the symmetricity. We are checking transitivity. If I'm having 2 comma 4, like if I'm having A comma B and B comma C. See,
Oh,
this
yeah,
is 2
yeah, yeah.
comma 2 is A comma B. This is 3 comma 3 means B comma C. Then
Yeah,
whether A
it
comma C
is
is there or not.
transitive. It is
Clear?
transitive. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, so it is now transitive.
Okay. It is transitive, fine.
Yes.
Therefore, the relation is reflexive, antisymmetric, and transitive. Therefore, we can say that this R is poset, fine, partial order set. Are you clear? For previous example, equivalence relation, check reflexive, antisymmetric, transitive. Fine? Yes or no?
So, ma'am, so you
Ye-
mean when finding whether the relation is poset, we need to find the symmetric, reflexive, and
Not symmetric, it is antisymmetric.
or antisymmetric. So we need to find the three of them.
What?
I'm asking when finding whether the relation is a poset, it means
Yes.
we need to find the three relations.
Yes.
We need to prove the
Not
three
three
relations.
relation, not three relation. For the relation which is given to you, like the definition can given to you, or maybe the ready-made relation will be given to you. So whatever is given to you, you just have to check whether this relation is reflexive, antisymmetric, or transitive. If it is satisfying three conditions of reflexive, antisymmetric, and transitive, then you will say that this relation is, sorry, the set is poset on R.
All right. So
Fine.
it's always three conditions, or I mean three relations.
Yes, three conditions. There are three
Okay.
conditions which we have to check on this relation.
Okay.
Okay. So take a screenshot of this question and do it in your homework. Screenshot done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let us see some MCQ questions. The first is A set is given to you and R is also given to you, and then these are the options. Whether this relation is reflexive, irreflexive, antisymmetric, or none of this. What will be the answer?
It's reflexive, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, it is having all those elements 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. So it is reflexive. Why others are not giving the answers? Those who are not seriously taking this session, I'm going to make absent of yours. Okay, do this second example. If the relation is reflexive, symmetric, and transitive, then what we can call to this relation?
Oh,
What?
none of the above.
Why none of the above? When reflection
Oh,
relation is
oh,
reflexive, symmetric, and transitive, then what we can say?
oh. Sorry, I forgot. I thought it was anti-symmetric.
Oh, it was equivalence
It's
relation.
equivalence. Yeah.
Equivalence relation. Fine. My voice is breaking to everyone.
No, ma'am. It's
No, ma'am.
clear.
No, it's clear.
Okay. 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 Now take the next exam. Next question. Which of the following is reflexive relation on set A? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which of the following is reflexive? Reflexive means 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5 should be there.
A, ma'am.
Yes, the answer will be A. Here the relation is x equals to y. So all 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5 will be there.
Yes.
Okay, next. Which of the following is irreflexive relation? Irreflexive means A comma A should not be in the relation. What will be the answer?
It is also A,
A,
ma'am.
ma. It's gonna be A.
It's A, man.
Yes, it will be A because here there is no equal sign. So it is irreflexive. Okay, now the next. X 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are x less than y. Then R is blank relation. Tell me the answer.
It's both irreflexive and anti-symmetric.
Yes, it is irreflexive because 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6 will not be there, right? And it is antisymmetric because if we are taking elements where x is less than y, then x is greater than y term will not be there. Fine. So the
Yes,
answer will
ma'am.
be C, both irreflexive and antisymmetric. Are you clear with these topics now?
Yeah, ma'am. We're getting the edge of it.
Hello, ma'am. Hello.
Yes.
Ma'am, throughout the whole topic, I haven't gotten the clear picture. Like your voice has been breaking, and I can't really watch the videos because I sleep mostly when I watch the videos. I'm asking if you could kindly upload this material, and then I'll try to then go through it because I know nothing about the whole topic.
Okay, okay. I will upload the material. I think it is already there. And if it is not there, then I am uploading it right now. Fine. Okay. So What is the answer of this MCQ? Sixth question.
B, ma'am.
Why?
A relation R is said to be partial order set if the relation is reflexive, blank, and transitive. Then what will be in this blank?
Asymmetric.
Antisymmetric. Fine. It will be
Yes.
antisymmetric. Yes.
Yes, understood.
Okay. So it will be antisymmetric. Okay. Now, the next topic. Okay, I have uploaded the material in your classroom on ERP. So you can download the material from there. Okay, now next is called function. The definition, first of all, let us see the definition. A relation F from X to Y. Now X and Y are sets. And there is a relation from X to Y. So we will take element from X and the answer will be in Y. Is called function if for every X belongs to X, there is an Y belongs to Y such that Fx equals to Y. So whenever I'll take X from X and I will apply F on this X, then the answer Y will be in this set Y. If fx equals to y, then y is called image of x under function f and x is called pre-image of y. Now, for example, if you are going in front of the mirror, then you are called image. So this is y is called image. Sorry, this whatever you are able to see in the mirror is called image, which is y. And this x is yourself only. So this is called pre-image. So you are pre-image and whatever you are seeing in the mirror, it is image. So in this fx equals to y is an image, x is a pre-image, right? Okay, here x is called domain and y is called codomain, or we can say range also. So from from the set where x is coming, we can say it as domain, and the answer will be in the another set which we can call a range, right? So this is the this is the presentation of a function. See, in this first x set, there are four elements 1, 2, 3, 4. In this y set, there are four elements p, q, r, s, and I'm applying function on every element. Like if I'm applying function f on 1, then I'm getting answer q. I am applying f on 2, then I'm getting p. Then 3 is going to r and 4 is going to s. So this is called this image of y is called image and this is pre-image, fine. And uh, what I was saying that this set is range or codomain or this set is domain, fine. So in this example, f from x to y represent in the terms of relation as function 1q, 2p, 3r, 4s. That means f of 1 is q, f of 2 is p, f of 3 is r, f of 4 is s. So I'm applying function on the number and I'm getting some answer. So domain is 1, 2, 3, 4 and codomain is p, q, r, s. Now let us see some function. For example, consider a function from n to n. So this is natural number set, this is natural number set. Defined as f of x equals to x plus 2. Then write this function in terms of relation with at least 5 pairs. That means you have to put values over here at the place of x. First of all, I am taking f of 1. Therefore, I will put 1 at the place of x. So, I will put 1 over here also. So, 1 plus 2. Therefore, f of 1 will be 1 plus 2 means 3. Then I will put f of 2 over here. What will be f of 2?
4, ma'am.
4, fine. What will be f of 5?
7,
7,
ma'am.
ma'am.
7, right? What will be f of 100?
You said 100?
Yes, f of 100. 100.
No, 102.
102, fine. Okay, so this is the way you can write. Then this is the next function, fx equals to 2x plus 1. Now if I am taking 0 at the place of x, then f of 0 will be 1 because 0 into 2 will be 0 and plus 1 will be 1. So f of 0 will be 1. Then f of 1, then I will put 1 over here. Then 1 into 2 will be 2 plus 1. So f of 1 will be 3. So okay, let me ask you, I will give you the value of x. You have to tell me f of x. X will be 3 then. What will be
7.
f of 3?
7.
Yes, it is 7. Then f of minus 5.
Minus 9.
Yes, it will be minus 9. Then f of minus 6.
Minus 11.
Yes, it will be minus 11. Fine. So this is the way you can find the value of function. Okay, this is the next function fx equals to x square plus 1. I will give you the x value. You have to tell me fx value. Okay, what will be f of 0?
1.
1. F of 2?
5.
5. F of minus 2?
-3.
What?
5, man, 5.
It will be 5 only, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Because minus 2 square will be
Negative times
4.
negative is positive.
Negative square will be also positive. Okay, f of 9,
82.
82. Right. So, for this, we got to know that if we will take negative value or positive value, the answer will be same for negative and positive both. Fine. Okay, so these are the examples of functions. Now let us see the some types of functions. So definition, one function. One function means every x should have unique f of x. Now, as we have already seen, f of 2 was also 4, f of minus 2 was also 4. So there is no unique fx for that x. Fine. There are no unique x for that function fx. Therefore, I can say that that function is not one function. Where if function is 1, then for every x, there will be a unique fx. Now, function f from x to y is called one function. If for every x1, x2 belongs to x, this is the condition to check. If x1 and x2 are not same, then fx1 and fx2 should also not be same. Here, what was happening? That x1 and x2 were different, like 2 and minus 2 are different numbers, but fx1 and fx2 were the same, which are 5. So, this is not one function. But here, if one function is where x1 and x2 are different, and then fx1 and fx2 also different, or we can say if fx1 and fx2 are same, then x1 and x2 should be same. Fine. This is the another name of one function, which is injective function. So this is the another name. In one function, every element in domain have unique image in codomain. Fine. This is called one function. Every element is having a unique image. Every pre-image is having unique image. Okay, check whether this function is 1 or not. Fx equals to x plus 1. Now what we need to do is, we have to prove it using definition only. So here I want to check that fx equals to x plus 1 is a 1 function or not. So for that, I will start with this. I will use this definition. This one, fx1 is equal to fx2, then I will show that x1 is equals to x2. Now here I have started with x1 and x2 belongs to R such that fx1 is equal to fx2. Fine. Now fx1 equals to x1 plus 1, fx2 equals to x2 plus 2, x2 plus 1. Then I will cancel out 1 from both the side. And remaining is x1 is equal to x2. Therefore, function is 1. Are you clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. This is the way you can check. Okay, for this example, fx equals to x square is given to us. Check whether f is 1 or not. Now it is clearly visible that this is not 1 because if I will take 2 over here, the square will be 4. If I will take minus 2 over here, then also square will be 4. So for different x1 and x2, fx1 and fx2 are same. So you can write that way also. that f of minus 1 is 1, f of 1 is 1, f of minus 2 is 4, f of 2 is 4, and this is the proof. We will start with fx1 equals to fx2. Now fx1 equals to x square, x1 square, fx2 equals to x2 square. Now I will remove square from both the sides, then I will get x1 is equal to plus or minus x2. It is not exactly as x1 equals to x2, it is x1 equals to plus or minus x2. Therefore, distinct elements in a domain do not have distinct image, and therefore f is not 1, 1. Are you clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then the next example you do it by your own. This function is given to you, which is 2x minus 3. Check whether this function is 1, 1 or not, and tell me. Is this function 1, 1?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, it is
Yes,
1, 1,
ma'am.
right? You have to take fx1 equals to fx2. Therefore, 2x1 minus 3 equals to 2x2 minus 3. Now you will cancel out minus 3 from both the sides. So you will get 2x1 equals to 2x2. And in the next step, you will have x1 equals to x2. Therefore, f is 1, 1. Fine. Is it okay to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so take a screenshot of this question and do it in your homework. This is fx equals to x cube. Fx equals to x cube. Whether this function is 1, 1 or not. Have you taken the screenshot?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let us see the last topic for today's session, which is called onto function. Then, onto function means a function f from x to y is called onto function if for every y belongs to y, there exists x belongs to s such that fx equals to y. That means if I am having a function from x to y, that then I can take any y from here and I should get x in here, so that I can say that function is onto. Now let us see some example. There is one more name for the onto function, which is called surjective function. Okay, so I am having this example fx equals to x square minus 2. What should I do is I want to know that I will take any y from this R. I can take any element from this R. Then there must be a pre-image in R. Fine, for every R, for every element. Then I cannot take every element from R and I can check, because R is an infinite set. It is not possible to do it by taking a particular element. So there is a in general procedure. Any function is onto if for every y belongs to y, there exists x belongs to x such that fx equals to y. So we will start with fx equals to y. Now function is x square minus 2. So at the place of fx, I have written x square minus 2 equals to y. Now I will, in the next step, I will do this minus 2, I will take this side. So it will be x square equals to y plus 2. Fine. Now in the next step, I will put this x alone. So I will do square root both the sides. So whenever I will do square root both the sides, I will have y under root y plus 2. right? Now I will put any y and I want to check that whether x exists or not. Fine, because that is what I want to check, that for every y is there x or not. So let me put y equals to 1. Then what will be x? If y is 1, then what will be x? Root 3.
3 under root 3.
Under root 3. Whether I will put y equals to 0, then
2 under 2.
if I will put y equals to minus 1, then
Under
One.
2. 101. 1.
which is 1. Fine.
Yeah.
Then I will put y equals to minus 2.
Under
0.
0.
0. That is a real number. Fine. All these numbers are real numbers. Under root 3, under root 2, 1, 0. These are real numbers. Fine. Now I will put y equals to minus 3 because minus 3 is in the real number set only. Minus 3 is in this set, no? So I can check. So if I will put minus 3 over here, then what will be the answer?
-1 under -1.
Under root -1, which is not a real number.
Yes, ma'am.
For your information, under root negative number is not a real number. Yes, that means for y equals to minus 3, x does not exist. So this function is not onto, because being onto, for every y, x should exist. Now therefore here for y less than or equal to minus 3, we cannot get x belongs to R such that fx equals to y. Therefore f is not onto. Are you clear? Are you
Yes,
clear with
ma'am.
the function? Oh.
Yes.
So let us check for the next example. Fx equals to x plus 3. So we are starting with fx equals to y. At the place of fx, I will write x plus 3. So x plus 3 equals to y. Now, I want to put this x alone. So I will take 3 over here. So x equals to y minus 3. Now I will take any real number at the place of y. Then real number minus 3 will be real number only. Right? If I will take any r from here, any value from r I will take over here at the place of y, then real number minus 3 will be real number only. So that x will be in this r only. Therefore, for every y belongs to y belongs to r, there will be x belongs to r such that fx equals to y. Is it clear? Is it clear to everyone? Yes or no?
Once more, man.
What is your doubt, Yashraj? Yashraj, what is your doubt? Voice is breaking, then you just leave the meeting and join it again so that it will be clear. Okay, one more time I am repeating this question. See, fx equals to x plus 3 is given to us. Now I want to check that whether is onto or not. So I will check, I will start with fx equals to y. Now fx equals to x plus 3. So here I have written x plus 3 equals to y. Then I want to check that for every y is there exist x in R or not. So I will take plus 3 this side. So I will get x equals to y minus 3. Now x equals to x equals to y minus 3. If I will put any y, like any y from R, I will take the whole set R. And if I'll do R minus 3, then the answer will be in real number set only. Therefore, for every y belongs to R, there exists x belongs to this R. And therefore, the function is onto. Is it clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so the next is, next definition is of bijective function. That we will see in the next session, I guess. You do this much in your homework. Right now it is necessary. Whatever homework I have given to you, please do it in your home. Your examinations are coming.